Olaniyan just won, and that jab, a potent weapon in the amateurs. He was very good in the unpaid ranks, well-schooled, quick, nimble and powerful. And I know we didn't see much last time, but Darren, what I've seen before of this guy, I've been very impressed.
Yeah, very good fighter. The way he sort of uses the feet so well, he'll just glide in and out of range. And you've already seen now how heavy he is, and that right hand seems to have an effect on Shavku.
Yeah, chopping right hand, left hook to follow. And is he going to try and do what Leo Atang couldn't do, and that's force a stoppage? He's been halted on 3 occasions. That's all Shavku through his long career, Barry.
What he's doing well here already at the start of the first round is punching long. Now, when you're tall, all the power's on the end of the shot, so you rotate into the punch. You don't want to shorten it up, you want to keep it long. It not only gets you get the maximum power and torque and snap on the shot, you're also a harder target to hit back against a shorter fighter. And he's doing that, and that's where the amateur grounding comes from.
I'll tell you what enables him to do that so well is how quick his hands are. Yeah. So sharp, isn't he?
Very quick for a heavyweight, and has got a lovely long jab. 6'6" he stands, and if he can utilize that reach, and there's some power, and he's got his feet on the ground. He's only 20, and we've seen Leo Atang, and of course Moses Itauma will return August the 29th. He's ahead of them, but he's only 21, so what a future of heavyweights we have in this country.
Boxing well here, Olaniyan, really picking his punches well. So club that right hand over the top, and when he gets close, he moves around the target and he opens up for the left hook.
Lovely right hand
through the middle.
Darren mentioned it, it's the speed that's really causing Shavku problems. He doesn't know where they're coming from.
Well, he doesn't smother his work, he creates angles, he's always thinking about the shots that are coming back, so showing lots of maturity for such a young man, but obviously showing what made him such a good amateur.
He's like that out of the ring, Darren. I don't know if you've had a lot of conversations, but he's really mature, he's intelligent, he's grounded, he knows what he wants to do in this business, and he's been preparing for these moments. Lovely left, right, and Shavku having a torrid opener.
See, he's short on that right hand, but he made sure he got the elbow over the glove, so he turned the punch over. It's a really good first round here from Olaniyan, really good. Bit of power, bit of pace. He's controlled everything.
It's been punch perfect these opening 3 minutes. Lovely jab again, and the combinations, right hand. Shavku in trouble in his corner. Back end of the first. Here comes Olaniyan. Wants the first round stoppage. Might get it. Bell saves Shavku, who's bundled to the ground. And I tell you what, he's going to take the count because it was a right hand and his legs have gone. And he might well get this first round stoppage. Drama at the end of the 3 minutes. He can't walk. Referee, take him to his stool.
He's absolutely gone.
He doesn't know where he is. The corner should put him out because the referee should have stopped it. Legs have gone, Barry.
He's all over the place, isn't he? Bless him. That was a lovely right hand. Absolutely fantastic.
He's knocked out on the...
Well, they really got to take a close look here at Victor Shavku.
You have to be sharp on your jab.
Because that was a really hard first round. And then right at the end, that right hand.
But do you know what causes it? He moves that semi-circle around the target. We talk about it all the time. But he's moving around that target so that he's throwing straight punches, but from different angles, so you can't see where they're coming from.
Well, somehow he makes it out for the second round. How steady are those legs? Victor Shavku, here comes Adam Olaniyan, who won't waste any time. Look for the predatory finish from the Irishman.
Yeah, the legs are still unsteady from Shavku, and it was the right hand that done the damage, but the shots were raining in from all angles. Look at this demonstration of firepower here from Olaniyan.
Lovely work, Victor Shavku in a heap of trouble. He's brave and tough, and he'll try and keep going, but look at those legs, Barry.
He just needs to punch straight now. I mean, just that's it, 4 or 5 straight shots, the referee will have to step in.
Planting his feet as well, bludgeoning shots. Just needs to give himself some space, Olaniyan. But the damage is done.
Well, I'll tell you what, before his debut, manager Brian Peters said that I know much about him, and I knew about his amateur accolades, but he said, I'm telling you, he's going to be a world champion. And with a performance like this. I know it's going to get tougher, but he's showing us an awful lot.
Brian Peters knows his boxing. He's guided Katie Taylor all the way. Yeah, Bernard Dunn, Matt Machlan, so many. A second knockdown. Adam Olaniyan is about to strike early gold here in his second professional fight. Victor Shafku is given every chance by Bernard Oyet, the referee, but I don't want to see any more here.
It was a right hand again as well, a short one it was there from Olaniyan.
Oh, the legs have gone, got to be stopped here. I mean, there's a minute 20 left in the round. Shafku can hardly walk, his eye's gone. He's got to be saved for another day.
It's got to be. This is, the referee can jump in at any stage here. The legs have gone, there's injury to that eye, and there's still shots raining in from Olaniyan. This is quality work, really is.
General Secretary Robert Smith having a very close look at ringside as well.
So composed, isn't he, for a young man? Even now, when the finish is in his grasp, he's still taking his time.
It's another right hand, nothing from Shafku. Referee's got to stop this. Adam Olaniyan, remember the name, 2-0, and it's not who he's beating. More experienced pro Harley Hodgetts, 12th outing for the Portsmouth fighter. Let's see how he copes with the southpaw style, the speed, the amateur quality. Barry, you see much of him?
He's very impressive, hasn't he? He's been really, really good. I know, you have a potential star when they're flashy, but they're spiteful with it. And he is both of those things, isn't he? He likes to be flash and short. You can see how quick he moves his feet at times and like slightly showboat, but with it, there's a nastiness that he wants to get you out there. He wants to hurt you. You can see it in his eyes.
He was emphatic in his pro debut. He did get cut, but his hand speed was dazzling. Second time out, he was good again. And look at that. Left hand. Hodgetts didn't see it coming, and he might not make this. The count is at 6-7. It's a knockout within the first minute of the first round for Joe Carrigan. Star boy, starring again. And it was one shot. And that was very, very impressive. We just make sure that Harley Hodgetts has the proper...
Arthur, a young man who we've heard a lot about. Welcome to ringside also, Josh Taylor.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Machlan's been boxing his whole life. He's born to do this. You know, he's been boxing since he came out of the womb. So this has been a long time coming. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how it goes on. You know, he's literally done this his whole life. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how he progresses.
Well, if you've been following the media on Queensberry and DAZN this fight week, you would have heard some of the stories. But when Josh Taylor says that he's been fighting since he came out of the womb, he's not really joking, because there was a story at the press conference that his dad took him and did some sparring from about 3 years old, and he got hit in the face and he kind of went a bit bright red and then just started fighting back, and that's when his dad went, yep, you're going to be a fighter, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are, and it's funny for me to sit and watch this. You know, I've known him since he was literally a baby, you know, so to come and watch and see him do his professional debut, it's a pleasure to watch, you know, so I think he'll go far. He's literally lived and breathed this his whole life. So, yeah, this is his moment. This is his time to, you know, get his journey going. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him progress.
Well, we had his older brother, Alex Arthur Jr., a couple of fights ago. He got the job done in one round, in about a minute and a half, actually. So that would have sent some good energy back when he got back to the dressing room. The Machlan just landed a lovely right hand to the temple, and he follows it up with a left hook. And McInnes not looking so lively on those feet now, as
good shot.
Machlan lands yet another right hand to the body and digs into the left hand side as well. And McInnes looking like he's in a bit of trouble here, and the referee has seen plenty. And it's another first round win for another Arthur. And that, Josh, is in the professional side of the game. He's straight out on that front foot, exactly the same way he opened his debut in there against a very experienced away corner fighter in Nathan Darby, who has 37 defeats on his record, but only one person has managed to get him out of there. And he's been doing quite a bit of media this week, talking about the role and the job of a journeyman and away corner fighter, and the skill and the kind of brain and mentality that you have to be able to be good at it, because absolutely not everyone can do it, that's for sure. And Flood looking composed and just trying to gauge his distance at the moment, Zach.
Yeah, he is. He's come straight out on the front foot, and he's got Derby on the back foot, but like you said, Derby's only been stopped. Is it the once, did you say, Darren?
Only once in those 37 defeats.
Yeah, so Bobby's come here. Is he going to want to make a statement and get him out of there? I don't know, but listen, with the amateur pedigree that he's got, he's clearly very, very talented, and that was some debut that he had, so he's going to want to make a massive impression here tonight.
Flood trained by Swifty, Stephen Smith, of course, singing his praises, but everyone was singing his praises even before he put on a pair of professional boxing gloves for the very first time. You hear it quite a lot. It's actually quite rare that you see a product where everybody goes, yep, okay, agree with that. He is exciting, he is this, he is that. And they're all the kind of things which Flood will want people to be saying about him.
Yeah, they are, and Stephen, he's not going to waste his time with someone who's not dedicated to the sport and not a true professional, and Bobby must be the full package if Stephen wants to work with him like he is. And you know, the knowledge that he's got from him and all his brothers who will be around the gym and stuff like that, it's second to none. It's great for Bobby, you know, such a young lad so early on in his career, shall I say, and it's great to have that experience in your corner. And he's come out here very composed. Like to see him just let his hands go a little bit more, but you've got to stay switched on because Derby's looping them left hands over the top like that.
Well, bang on, success absolutely breeds success. Flood just stalking Derby around the ring here, and Derby goes by the nickname of the Invisible Man, and you can see why, because he's pretty fluent on those feet of his, and he's good at getting out of the danger zone when he needs to, but the hand speed of Flood is rapid.
Yeah,
and he throws a brilliant short right hand, Zach.
He does, and he looped that uppercut then, and it ended up hitting him in Derby in the edge, you know, because of the way he's dipping down to his left, being in that southpaw stance. But I can understand why they call him the Invisible Man. I don't think he stopped moving, Darren.
It's exactly the sort of opponent which Flood needs.
Yeah, it is, but it can also be the opponent where it's very frustrating because they're not setting, you're not allowing yourself to set, they're not letting Bobby set, you know, where every time he stops, he moves again. So, as you can see there, Bobby steps back, it's frustrating work.
But that was the right thing to do, wasn't it? Because you can see he's doing some problem solving in real time, isn't he?
Yeah, but I like that then as he come in, he's trying to catch him as Derby's launching his attack, so that might be the best. The Invisible Man's not going to stop moving.
Well, in 198 rounds of boxing prior to the opening bell, as we said, only one person has managed to pin him down and get him out of there, Derby. So if Flood does manage to do that, he would have done a very good job indeed. But both fighters straight back to doing what they were doing in the opening round. And Flood doing a good job of cutting off that ring. But he's got a skilled operator in his hands who gets through with a straight left hand. And there's that uppercut again, which Zach Miller had picked up on.
Yeah, Bobby's got a lovely tidy guard, you know, you can see the skill set, and he's got rapid hands when he does let him go, Darren. They're very, very fast. It's just getting in that position to let him go.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but what I've seen so far, Zach, is Flood is exceptional with that left hand of his, a jab. He feints with it really well.
Yeah.
And then he'll throw that right hand. It'll be a right hook, it'll be straight right hand.
Yeah.
And what Derby's amazing at is getting underneath it, isn't he?
You seen then he got underneath it, tied him up and tried to turn him. He's smart, he's been in here and he's seen it also. Bobby's going to want to try and get the job done here now in better fashion than anybody else, shall I say. But that was a lovely jab then. You can see again there, Derby ties him up, turns him. He's a clever man.
Derby just on the outskirts of the ring, and I think that's exactly what he'll do for the duration of his fight, well, as much as he's allowed to do anyway.
Yeah, and he looks like he's not going to throw, and then he'll sling that left hand in. And then immediately after, he'll try and get the grab. So Bobby can't get anything off himself. There you go, see him try and get the grab then, but Bobby's footwork was good, he stepped back.
And that jab kind of stopped Darby in his tracks just for a split second. And I guess, Zach, that's another way that he kind of tries to get him to stand still. He's shocking with that sharp jab of his, and then that second phase of attack can be successful.
Yeah, I think when Darby's going to try and throw that left hand and lunge in, you know, just get that right hand ready and time him with it straight down the pipe.
A 10-time Irish national champion in the amateurs was Flood. Exceptional ability, bags of it.
That's brilliant, isn't it, Darren? 10-time national champion.
It's one of those names that you heard a long time ago, because you hear little whispers and echoes of who's on the way up and who's going to be doing what,
yeah,
and who to be excited about, and Flood was always one of those.
Yeah, and I think it's brilliant how you can, when they were saying his name, you know, announcing the name, the ring announcer tried, but you can hear a few, he's brought a few.
And he said, normally I don't stay for the main event, so I do the corner for my fighter and then I go. I've been around boxing a long time, but he said tonight, different ball game entirely.
Yeah, I think you've got to be in here tonight for that one. It's a sellout. I think it's 23,500 this co-op holds. It's going to be absolutely booming.
The corner of Darby just encourage him to keep moving, keep making life difficult, keep changing direction, keep changing the angle non-stop.
Bobby landed that right hand, then what I was asking for, you know, where he timed in with it, but it's an hard night's work with this Darby because he's just not staying still.
You can see how only one person has ever managed to get him out before the sound of the final bell, can't you? Because he is a tricky customer to pin down.
Yeah, of course, and he's going to want to take as least punishment as he can every week. He's not called the Invisible Man for nothing, like we said, and you never know, he could be out next week, the week after again. As long as he's not taking much punishment, he'll be back out. And as a journeyman, that's what you want. But Bobby's staying professional. He's not losing his rag. He's not getting impatient. He's trying to stick to his boxing, and it's hard to do when you're in with somewhere like Derby. It is very hard to do.
It's a really good point, well made that is, Zach, because there's plenty of fighters who get frustrated, lose their head and think, well, hang on a minute, my last fight didn't go like this, I need to do that again. But he's not. He's just showing maturity here, isn't he?
Yeah,
and accepting this is the fight that he's fighting, and he's going to do what he can do.
Yeah, Nathan Darby's the man in front of him, and he's got to do what he's got to do to beat him. That was a better shot to the body then.
It was a good body shot.
Yeah, it was.
Because Darby stood with his heels on the ground for a moment, which is quite rare for him.
Yeah, it was very sharp. But like we said, he's staying composed, he's being professional and sticking to what he needs to do. Because if he did start to rush it and try and push the pace, he might start to make his own mistakes and lose his shape, but he's not. He's staying professional, Bobby. You can see Darby there having a walk and then fainting, looking like he's going to throw. He's trying every trick in the book. Lovely body shot on the way, and that's where he needs to be timing the shots. That's
where the success is coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's just landing those little hooks and uppercuts under the elbows of Darby. And you saw Darby take a big, deep breath after that one. He sunk it right in, did Flood. Yeah, he did, and they're very sharp, so there's definitely something behind him as well. He's trying to get the grab more and more now, Darby, so I think them body shots underneath will start to come into play. Do you think that's because that those body shots are registering and he's thinking, I don't fancy more of those? Yeah, of course, and he's not stopped moving, so you've got to start feeling the pace at some point. Well, as I tell you, heavyweight fight of the year, Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley, headlines here tonight, live at the Co-op Live in Manchester, as we go into the fourth round of this super welterweight contest with Ireland's Bobbi Flood in there against the Invisible Man, Nathan Darby.
Lovely
He's
shot.
going for the body now, Zach, isn't he? Over and over again.
Yeah, he is. He wants to try and slow him down, and Darby started this round like a blue-ass fly. He's flying round the ring, but
takes a lot of energy to do that, though, doesn't it?
It does take a lot of energy, and we're into the fourth round now. He's halfway, and will it start to show? Lovely shots from Bobby. What hand speed.
Double right hand to the body there from Flood.
Yeah, as he just creeps forward in the southpaw stance now. But this Darby is a box of tricks. I like the way he's working there straight away. He's not letting him get the grab and he's throwing straight away. He is now, Bobby.
Flood has recognised that those left hooks and right hooks to the body are the shots to throw against Nathan Darby.
Yep. Even when Darby does get the grab, Bobby's looking to throw now, just hit him anywhere. He's got to let his hands go when he can because the opportunities are very few and far between.
We're just stalking him, and Darby gets through with a very light left hand, but it got through nevertheless. And here he comes again, itching to get his man in the corner, but he won't keep him there for too long unless he can land something relatively significant.
That was a good one too then.
There's that right hook to the body underneath the left elbow, and Darby, as you keep pointing out, and well and truly, and rightly, Zach, it's because those body shots are starting to hurt, because there's some reddening which is just above the belt line and on the sides of the invisible man, isn't there?
Yeah, you can see, and then Bobby tried to throw it to the head, then he's trying to disguise it, so Darby don't know whether it's coming top or bottom now, which is good to see. He's switching it up, Bobby, but I like the way it's just no nonsense. He's not dropping his hands and waving him on, getting frustrated, Bobby. He's just sticking to what he needs to do. And that was a good backhand and the body shot underneath, Darren.
Timing was brilliant there from Flood. A combination, couple upstairs and a right hand on the left-hand side of Darby once again.
Yeah, he took a little half a step back, and again, he's trying to time that shot now, which is good to see. He's learning.
The Irishman senses, well, I sense that he's starting to get into his groove and he's starting to enjoy this a bit more now.
He is, and he's adapting to what Darby's doing, which is mega to see. I think Darby's moaning about one going low there, but
the thing is Darby, he's putting his head down, isn't he? So, and he's lowering his